Hello friends, welcome back to Civil Engineering Mastery. In one of my previous video, I have uploaded about staircase loading. In that I have received many queries about staircase. So I thought of discuss that topic with you all today. So let's start now. Here, let us make the concept very simple and easy to understand. In any design, we should be familiar with the basics. So let's start from scratch. Here, first let us discuss some of the basic technical terms about staircase. This is the general arrangement of stair. Let's see what are all the technical terms. First one is the riser. It is the vertical distance between two successive tread faces. So you can see here this is the vertical distance. So riser is the vertical portion of a step. Next one is tread. So it is the horizontal upper portion of a step where foot rest. So this is the tread. The next one is going. It is the horizontal distance between two successive riser faces. You can see this is the face of the riser and this is one face of the riser. So going is the distance between two successive riser faces. The next one is the flight. It is the series of steps provided between two landings. So here this is one flight and this is the landing and here is the another flight. As we know that going is the horizontal distance between two successive risers, we can also say that going of stair is the horizontal projection of a flight. Next one is landing. It is the horizontal slab provided between two flights. So you can see here this is the first flight and this is the second flight and landing is provided between two flights. Also landing facilitates the change of direction and provide an opportunity to take rest during the use of stair. The last one is the base slab. So it is the normal slab provided along with going in some inclination angle between supports. So this is the base slab where the steps can rest. Next, coming to the staircase dimensions. It is very important to know about all the staircase dimensions. From this image you can see here the staircase is arranged in such a way that here is one flight and there is a landing and here is the another flight and there are number of steps are arranged here. So how do we do that? So we need to know the proper dimensions, right? So with the help of the dimension we can arrange this much is the riser size and this much is the tread size and this is the staircase width we are providing and this is the landing we are providing. So we should need the dimensions, right? So that is what we are going to discuss here. So let's see. First one is riser. For residential building, it is 150 mm to 180 mm. Usually we provide 150 mm, that is 6 inches. But for public buildings, it is 120 to 150 mm. Next, coming to the tread. For residential building, 220 to 250 mm. Usually we provide 250 mm. So that is the size of the tread. The horizontal portion, right? Tread. So that we provide as 250 mm for residential building and for public it is 250 to 300 mm. And coming to the width of the stair. Width of stair is this one from here to here, that is the width of the stair. So that we provide for residential building 850 to 1600 mm. Usually we provide 900 mm to 1000 mm for residential building and for commercial building it is up to 2000 mm. We can provide up to 2000 mm. Next, length of flight. Length of flight is this one, right? So this includes the number of steps. So the number of steps should not be more than 12 and should not less than 3. How do we arrive the number of steps? Let's see with small example. Let us consider the staircase dimensions. Riser as 150 mm, tread as 250 mm, width of stair is 1000 mm and floor height is 3000 mm. Floor height we can consider as from ground level to first floor level it is 3000 mm. Let's calculate the number of steps now. Number of steps is equal to floor height divided by thickness of the riser. What is the riser thickness here? It is 150 mm. So number of steps is equal to 3000 divided by 150, which is equal to 20 steps. That is 20 risers. So number of steps is equal to number of risers. So this 20 steps we have to arrange in within this 3000 mm. So here we have taken it as a dogleg staircase. So we are arranging 10 steps in one flight and another 10 steps in one flight with mid landing at 1500 mm level. So we can arrange the number of steps according to the type of staircase. Next, coming to the number of tread. Number of tread is equal to number of riser minus 1, which is 19. Because the last tread is going to connect with the slab. So that is why we are taking number of risers minus 1. So which is number of tread. Next, width of landing. It should not be less than the width of stair. This is the width of landing. This is the width of the stair. So always width of landing should not be less than the width of stair. Next is pitch of stair. It should not be greater than 42 degree for residential buildings. So what is pitch of stair? If you take the staircase section, so here is the horizontal level and here is the inclined flight. So the angle between these two should not be greater than 42 degree for residential building. So we should provide below 42 degree pitch for residential buildings. Next one is headroom. The minimum vertical headroom above any step should be 2 meters. Next, types of staircase. Geometrically, staircases are classified into straight flight stairs, quarter turn stairs, dogleg stairs or half turn stairs. This we can call it as U-turn stairs also, and bifurcated stairs, open well stairs, spiral stairs and helical stairs. These are all the types of staircase according to their geometry. Next, let's see about the types of steps. We have three types of steps: steps on base slab, tread rise type or freestanding type, isolated type. So the first figure shows the steps on base slab. So this is the base slab with steps. And here is the tread and rise type or freestanding type of steps. And this is the isolated tread type staircase. Next, let us discuss about the structural arrangement of staircase. So what is structural arrangement? So we need to provide the proper support for the staircase. So here I have taken the dogleg staircase since it is most commonly used in residential buildings. So here is the staircase plan. So here first flight is supported with here this mid landing beam and the second flight is supported with the roof beam which is at first floor level. Okay, so here are two sections. If you see here, it is starting from the ground level and it is the landing, this landing is supported with the mid landing beam. This is the mid landing beam and here is the another section. So it is starting from here, from mid landing beam to roof beam, ground floor roof beam, that is the first floor level. Okay. If you take the 3D image, this looks like this. So the steps starting from here, first flight, and this is the second flight. This is the mid landing level, and again it is going for the next flight that reach the second mid landing level, and again the third fourth flight which is reaching the first floor roof level, that is second floor level. Let's have a closer look. If you take the section 1, it is starting from the ground level. This first flight is starting from the ground level and it is reaching the mid landing level. Okay, if you take this 3D view, the first flight is starting from the ground level and it is reaching the mid landing level. So here this mid landing beam is the support for the first flight. Okay, if you take the section 2, Again, it is starting from the mid landing level and it is reaching the first floor level. So here the roof beam is the support for the second flight. You can see from this 3D view, it is the second flight is starting from the mid landing level and it is reaching the roof level, first floor roof level. So friends, hope you all like this video. In the next part of the staircase design, we will discuss the structural design of staircase and reinforcement arrangement. So keep watching. Your comments are always welcome. Thank you.